Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will learn about Microsoft Entra groups, and we will start with what is Microsoft Entra groups, and later on we would jump into the types of the groups and its membership and the global settings that we could set it to expire or the naming policies. All of that we would deep dive into upcoming lectures. That being said, let's first understand what is Microsoft Entra groups. So as the group suggests, it's a group of users that can uh, become as a one object. So if you want to, set some permissions, you could set on top of groups, right? So Microsoft Entra Groups is going to help you to organize your users, which is going to make it easier to manage your permissions with the help of these groups. And using these groups, you could actually grant permissions for your applications. Let's say if you have a SaaS-based application like Salesforce or O365, SharePoint portal, all of that can be fully controlled by granting or restricting for at the group level, and the groups will consist of the individual objects. That could be your user objects or your device objects, but it's just a group. Okay, we're going to learn more about the types, but it's going to give you an ideally to make it as a group of users or group of devices can be part of it. And now as we learn this, we could actually uh, go back to basic understanding about the way you could manage what type of groups. So if you want to manage the groups that are coming from your active directory have to be fully managed within your active directory, because that would sync up from your on premises to your cloud. So cloud will only show the objects, but you cannot delete, you cannot modify directly from the cloud, so you have to depend on it. And let's actually look into types of the groups that you could, ideally create two type of groups, starting with security and Microsoft 365. These two type of groups can have a membership in three different ways, which we would, have a look on it. But let's understand when do you create a security and Microsoft 365. So let's try to compare them so that you would better understand. So in the left side, I'm going to group them with the features and when do we create as a security groups instead of a Microsoft 365 groups. So it's as simple as if you are trying to control some kind of access level, then you would be creating a security groups. But if you want to collaborate with your end users, uh, then Office 365 or Microsoft 365 groups can be created. So when do we have is like you might have some SharePoint portal or mailbox or Microsoft Teams channel that consists of actually data inside, right? And you wanted to collaborate your end users with the data, then Microsoft 365 is the right option. Whereas security groups are more focused on a permission granting for your applications or your resources within cloud or maybe on your on premises. It's going to be the same thing. And it can be managed directly from your cloud. Objects can be managed fully from a cloud. If it is the object getting synced from your on premises, it has to be managed from your on-prem Active Directory, meaning the source of that security group is a key from wherever it is coming, like on-prem, then you would manage from on-prem. If it is from cloud originated, then you would be managing in a cloud. But you have an option to have uh, to create an on-premises Active Directory or on a cloud. And you have a permission even for the delegation, delegating the ownership so that your owners can manage the security groups. You no need to manage them. And you could, conversion point of view from a security to Microsoft 365 is not possible because Microsoft 365 consists of user collaboration and it will consist of some kind of data. So it makes sense that you cannot convert from a security group to Microsoft 365 group. So these are the high level differences. One of the difference that we can talk about would be Microsoft 365 groups are completely new, or it will be originated from cloud, meaning you cannot have directly these groups to your on-prem Active Directory, but you have an option if you are living with Exchange hybrid configuration, meaning you have Exchange server on your hybrid or your on-premises as well as Microsoft 365 on cloud. Then if you have a connector, all of that is configured, then you have an option to write back the cloud-based groups back to your on-premises. So that is possible, but I'm talking about hybrid exchange, not the hybrid Active Directory. So that's a major difference. So Microsoft 365 groups are purely cloud-based groups. So you cannot go back it if you want to go back to your on-premises to be synced up. It's only possible with hybrid exchange configuration. So that's a major difference. Now let's go back to the previous slide, which we talked about two types of the groups. So now we know what is security and 365. Now let's understand about the membership. So the first membership would be the assign, meaning you're straightforward assigning a user to any of these groups. Like it could be a security or it could be your Microsoft 365. But you also have an option called dynamic user as well as a dynamic device. So the dynamic here stands here to use some kind of a rule base. Let's say if the department is belongs to maybe project alpha or project beta, then all those users will be dynamically part of a group that you're going to create as a security or Microsoft 365 uh, based group, so that you could collaborate or you could grant a permissions if it is a security group. So that's where the groups uh, concept, so you have a clear understanding about now types of the groups and the membership types. So that being said, let's jump into a quick short demos for each of these things.